When to divide Nigeria decided as Trump's cabinet seeks to decide the freedom of the Biafrans. All right, the cabinet of Donald Trump, yes, has not only sat to decide, but also to declare the freedom of the Biafrans. You'll be hearing it from Donald Trump himself. This has really given an hope to the Biafrans. Why? I haven't sat down and looked at what is currently happening in Nigeria. Now, Trump has come up with this very assertion. Listen, they said, if the federal government of Nigeria is unable to fight and defeat armed and genocidal jihadists to protect the Christian people of Nigeria, as it failed to protect the Muslim community in the north, the only remaining option to save lives and stop genocide is to grant Nigerian Christians South its right for self-determination. Have you heard it? That is Trump's decision with his cabinet. And believe me, they were seriously on this. And they said, and assisted the Muslim North in defeating Boko people and the other jihadists. One or the other, they said, is going to happen. I'll be taking you into the video for you to hear it from them because it was clearly revealed. The Senate, the cabinet members of Donald Trump and his member of his party, they have all sat, they have looked into the situation and they have come up with a conclusion together with the parliament. Now, please, I want you to pay attention to this very information and make sure you help to share this video as more truth will be unfolded. Listen to this.
Are brewing up. Donald Trump top allies are openly calling for Nigeria to be divided, split, broken apart, balkanized. And before you dismiss this as just talk, let me tell you who these people are and why their words carry the weight of American foreign policy. One of such person is Walid Fares. And this is what he said. If the federal government of Nigeria is unable to fight and defeat armed and genocidal jihadism to protect the Christian people of Nigeria, as it failed to protect the Muslim communities in the north, the only remaining option to save life and stop genocide is to grant Nigeria Christians South its right for self-determination and assist the Muslim north in defeating Boko Haram and other jihadis. One or the other, but leaving millions of people without protection is not an option. Walid Fares is not some random Twitter commentator. This man is one of Donald Trump's top foreign policy advisor. During Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, Fares was part of the inner circle, one of the key people shaping Trump's views on terrorism, the Middle East and international relations. When Trump made decisions about which countries to invade, which government to sanction, which nations to destabilize, Walid Fares is one of the voices in his ear. This man has authored multiple books on terrorism and jihad. He has testified before the U.S. Congress. He appears regularly on Fox News as a terrorism expert. He is not a conspiracy theorist hiding in his basement. He is a power broker with direct access to the White House. A powerful ally of Trump just called for Nigeria to be split into two countries, a Christian South and a Muslim North. Another of such Trump ally that is calling for the division of Nigeria is Gunther Fellinger. Gunther Fellinger is an Austrian entrepreneur, politician and international affairs analyst. He's a chairman for the Austrian Committee for NATO Enlargement for Austria, Ukraine, Kosovo, Bosnia, EU. He's openly canvassing for the state of Biafra. He's asking Trump to grant Biafra their self-secession. Yes, you heard that right. Someone that is a top member of NATO is calling for the restoration of Biafra. In case you don't know what NATO is, go and read what NATO did to Libya. Now, before you start shouting conspiracy theory, ask yourself, when has the West ever openly discussed dividing an African country and not follow through? Sudan was split into Sudan and South Sudan. Libya was broken into tribal territories. Somalia became a collection of failed states. Syria was carved into zones of control. When the West start talking about self-determination and protecting minorities, you better pay attention because bombs usually follow. And you may be asking yourself, why are they calling for the restoration of Biafra? Why are they calling for the division of Nigeria? Why do they want Nigeria to be divided into the Muslim North and the Christian South? But let me be clear here. Walid Fares and Gunter Fellinger are not humanitarian activists concerned about Nigerian life. If they care about Nigerian life, where were they when Buhari government was killing peaceful protesters at Lekki Toll Gate? They don't care about Christian or Muslims. They care about access. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy. We have more oil than most Middle Eastern countries. We have lithium, gold, uranium, and rare earth minerals worth trillions of dollars. But here is the problem for America and Europe. Dealing with Nigeria as one country is complicated. Our government is unstable, yes, but we still have sovereignty. We can still say no to unfair deals. We can still negotiate with China or Russia. But if Nigeria is broken into smaller, weaker countries, that changes everything for Europe and America. Imagine a Republic of Biafra, desperate for international recognition and foreign aid. How much do you think America will have to pay for oil contracts, for mining rights? Imagine a destabilized Muslim North fighting Boko Haram with American weapons and American soldiers. Who do you think will control those natural resources in the North at the end? This is not about saving Christians. This is about breaking Nigeria into manageable pieces so Western cooperation can feast on our resources without resistance. And the truth is, they might actually succeed because we Nigerians might just help them do it. And here is the truth. Millions of Nigeria will celebrate if Nigeria is divided today. And honestly, I understand why. The Igbos in the southeast feel marginalized. They point to infrastructural development and say, look at the north, look at the southwest. Where is our own road? Where are our federal appointments? They remember the civil war. They remember the broken promises. Many of them genuinely believe that an independent Biafra will be better than staying in Nigeria. The Yorubas in the southwest are tired too. Tired of carrying the economic burden while the north controls political power. Tired of insecurity spilling into their region. Some are calling for Oduduwa Republic, a Yoruba nation. Even the Middle Belt, the Christians in Plateau, Benue, Nasarawa, they are being slaughtered by armed herdsmen while the federal government does absolutely nothing. They feel abandoned. They feel like they are second-class citizens in their own country. There is absolute discontent among Nigerians. Nigerians feel neglected. Nigerians feel rejected. They feel rejected and abandoned in their own country. High unemployment rate, inflation, poverty, insecurity, all in the midst of lavish spending by the Nigerian politicians. These millions of Nigerians will celebrate if this country is divided. Can you blame them for thinking that separation might be better than this slow death and suffering they are experiencing? The Nigerian government has failed so spectacularly that people are willing to try anything else, even breaking up the country. Look at how many people are leaving the country in droves, even to some other African countries, because they want to escape the effect of bad government in their country. Not only civilians are frustrated in this country, even military officers are frustrated in Nigeria. Many senior military officers, especially from the south, have been speaking out privately about the federal government complicit in the war against Boko Haram. Yes, you heard that correctly. They are accusing the federal government of being responsible for the unending war against Boko Haram. These officials have reported that after successful operations where they captured Boko Haram terrorists, after risking their lives, after watching their colleagues die, they received orders from Abuja to release these terrorists. Some of these officers believe it is because certain powerful people in the government benefit from the chaos, from the insecurity in Nigeria. As long as there is insecurity, there is justification for massive security budget that gets embezzled. There is justification for control. There is justification for political manipulation. And you cannot even blame them for feeling frustrated. Which sensible government in the world will reintegrate back terrorists that were captured into the society? Which sensible government will do that? This is only possible in Nigeria because your federal government, your government is complicit in the insecurity
My name is Andy Lindobo, the Black Mermaid.
in Nigeria. If our own military doesn't trust our government to fight terrorists, what does that tell you? They are all frustrated. And they will equally welcome the division of Nigeria between the Christian South and the Muslim North. The Muslim North should deal with their insecurity and terrorism alone. Aside the fact that the military and the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are discontent towards the government and they will celebrate the fact that Nigeria is being divided. Another thing that is also fueling this talk of dividing Nigeria is the Islamization of Nigeria. Nigeria is supposed to be a secular country. That means
Imagine what has just been said, my dear listeners. Imagine what has just been unveiled in this very information. Many times like this, the military has made attempts to get a hold of these Boko people, and at the end of the day, what they get is an order from above to let them go. What does that tell you? Doesn't that tell you that an inner person from the office of from Abuja, has influenced that very order? Doesn't that tell you that this is the military telling you this? They weren't having water in their mouth while unveiling this. And someone out there will be telling me that Nigerian is making effort to get a hold of these Boko people. Never. They support them. Let this country divide and let everyone go their own way. Nnamdi is right when he said what he said, that Nigerian is a Boko nation. And we, the Biafrans, will not be a party to such a country. So let everyone be allowed to go its own way and not have anything to do with a country of this nature. I rest my case. Please help to share this video because the truth really needs to be unveiled and it really needs to be told. Take it or leave it, and that's just the truth. Thank you.